Welcome to Chad Edmonds Entertainment. Jazz pattern 75132751645. You're probably saying, what is he talking about? I know it's ridiculous, but let me explain. I'm going to go into that, what those numbers are doing. So when I am learning something, I hear someone play a pattern, or I see a pattern on a piece that I'm working on, and there's a pattern in that piece I like. Or I might be walking down the street, or walking down the street, who does that? I might be in my car driving or something, I might hear something in my head, boo-boo-doo-boo-doo-boo. I said, what is that? Get home and play it. So in order for me, because everything you learn, everything I learn, that's kind of like a phrase or a short phrase. I try to do it in all keys. Well, I do it in all keys. It's a must. You got to go in all keys, right? So it's easier for me to use numbers to represent the notes that I'm trying to find, right? So in this case, the numbers represent the chordal tones or the notes in that chord. For example, say you have a G7 chord, G, B, D, F, that's 1, 3, 5, 7. And then you have 2, 4, 6, that's A, C, E in that chord, right? G is 1, A is 2, 3 is 3. G is 1, A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D is 5, E is 6, and F is 7. Dominant 7 I'm talking about, dominant 7th chords right now. Now sometimes I'll learn something that requires me to use intervals. The numbers represent intervals. Like this thing I'm working on now, it goes like this. See, that one I had to use intervals. I had to use a minor third and that and so forth and perfect fourth. In this case, the numbers they don't represent intervals. They represent the notes in the chord. So here's the jazz pattern. So let's say we'll start on, that was C dominant 7, E flat dominant concert, right? So 7. Now, in the direction that I'm going, I had to write these things down for myself. So if you like this pattern, do the same thing. So I started on the 7th degree of any dominant 7th chord, but I'm gonna, for example, C, the 7th. Now we're gonna go down to the 5th. Go down to the 5th of the C dominant 7th chord, right? So go down to the 5th, which is gonna be G. So go down to the 5th. Then we're gonna go back up. We're gonna go to the root or the 1 of that dominant 7th chord. So let's do that one. That's the 1 because it's C dominant, da da da. Now I'm going up to the 3rd of that dominant 7th chord. Da, da, da. Coming down to the 2nd of that dominant 7th chord. The 2nd is D. Since we're working off the C dominant 7th chord, the 2nd is D, right? Come down to the 7th. Come down to the 5th. So far, so good. So far, so good. Back up to 1. Come down to 6. Come down to 4. And then end on 5. So now I have those numbers. Now I'm going to use the same thing and say, I'm going to go to my key. I'm an E flat instrument. I'm going to go to D7. D7. So I know I'm starting on the 7th, go down to the 5th. Okay. Come down to the 2nd. And then down the 7th. Then 1, 6, 4, 5. Now let me work through that in a few more keys. Let's see here. Let me go to not keys, but the chord. Yeah. Let me go to B flat dominant. Now, so I'm just using the numbers, see, because the numbers help me out. But I just realized something. If we're doing this, so now I don't have to worry about the numbers anymore, because when I get to this part, it's just doing a diatonic triad, and then off that chord. But so if diatonic triad, you know. That's what that sounds like. So after I do this, all I have to do now, that's cool. All I have to do now is just think of it as diatonic triads coming down instead of 1, 6, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh, see, that makes it a lot easier. Oh, that makes it a whole lot easier. Oh, boy. All right, now, so let's say we want to use that in a situation. How can I extend that? Like if I'm improvising? Let's see. So if I get what? Oh. Wow, do about that. Oh. So that's cool. So now I can do it in all keys. Sorry, I got kind of carried away. I started getting into my practicing. So for me, I'll start out with the numbers, because it kind of helps me find my way when I'm trying to do the pattern in different keys. But then as I go, as you saw, as you start to go, you start to find a better way of doing it. You guys, if you're listening to this video, you may have a better way of doing it, which is cool. I'm always interested in learning. I'm always trying to get better, But for me, I just use those numbers, and as I go, now I can if I'm doing some blues or I'm playing somewhere, and I can go and then continue going on and doing my thing and put that in there some more. But sometimes you can solo and you don't have to do the whole thing, right? If I'm going, let's see. It's all right. So you can use parts of it too, when you're doing this kind of thing. All right, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. The jazz pattern. 751-327-51645. See you on the next video.